Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. So I went shopping, Walmart and Ulta, and I got a bunch of drugstore stuff that I've not tried before. So I'm going to be testing it all out today and letting you know what I think about it. So I am actually going to prime my eyes with my Too Faced shadow primer. I looked for an eyeshadow primer in the drugstore. I could not find one. I looked at Ulta and I looked at Walmart. Now I know e.l.f. makes one, but I've tried it before, and so that wouldn't really be a first impressions. I feel like using this high-end primer will give me a better idea of the quality of the eyeshadows, so that way I can be more accurate. For eyeshadows, I got this Covergirl True Naked Chocolate palette. So yeah, it does smell like chocolate and it smells pretty good. So I'm just going to start off with the lightest shade in here and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to dust that all over my eyelid to set my eyelid. I will try and put links to what I bought in the description and also how much I paid for each thing, because I have no idea how much I paid for it, but I have the receipts, so I'm going to try and list that for you guys in case you're wondering. Alright, next I'm just going to grab this shade right here. It's about the next to lightest shade, and with a fluffy brush, and then I'm going to pop that in my crease. It's got quite a bit of fallout, but even high-end eyeshadows have that, so I'm just going to dust my brush in there and go in with that. Okay, not as pigmented as I'd like for it to be. The first shadow was really creamy, I liked it, but this one, I mean, it's okay, but it's a little patchy. Okay, so I'm really just building that up to kind of get rid of some of the patchiness, and also the more you blend, the more like the patchiness will go away. So if you just keep blending, it actually looks, I'm surprised. I haven't used many drugstore eyeshadows in years. Actually, hardly ever, because when I started with makeup, it was 5th grade and my mom took me to Clinique. Speaking of which, I don't seem to like their eyeshadows now, but still, I didn't start off with drugstore shadows, so most of the time if I've used them, they've been hers. But I've had a couple here and there, but this is kind of impressive because, well, I mean, I'm sure they've improved it since I've tried them. So now I'm going to go in with this dark eyeshadow here. And I'm just going to darken it up even more. Alright, so I look crazy because I don't have all my makeup on, but I'm thinking this looks pretty good. So next I'm going to go in with this sparkly shade right here in the middle. I did not buy a setting spray. I didn't really think about it, so I didn't buy a setting spray to try out, but we'll go ahead and try it without it first, and then we'll probably use it afterwards, because I just always use setting spray with eyeshadows. Okay, so you can kind of see it's not going on super opaque. If you can see that. So that's kind of what I expected. But we will spray it and see. This is not the best spray either, but it is kind of more drugstore than my Urban Decay one, so that's what we're going to use. Actually, I changed my mind. We're going to try the other one, because I'm not loving the shimmer right now. So we're going to go ahead and try the Urban Decay one. Just see if it makes a difference, because, yeah. Okay, wow, that really did make a huge difference, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm out of focus. But, yeah, that made a huge difference. I don't know if it's showing up on camera like it is over here, but, yeah, okay. Now it's all under my eyes, but the sparkles have adhered to my eye much better than before. Let me see if I can, so I'm going on the other side of the brush so I can show you. So here is what it looks like without any spray. Okay, and then take a little bit and you put the Urban Decay on there. All-nighter spray, that's what I'm using, the all-nighter setting spray. And you can just see a difference. Do a little bit more, get some more eyeshadow. I'm just blending that in. Okay, I don't know if you can see the amount of fallout on my face. The light tends to wash it out, but there's quite a bit. So, taking a makeup wipe, I'm going to show you. I do feel like this is a little bit worse than my high-end stuff. So, it's just a little bit harder to blend, and there wasn't a lot of fallout with the matte shades, so that's really good. It was just the sparkle shade. So, it does look really pretty, the sparkles. They look really pretty. I don't know if they'll last all day. So that's something, like, I don't know, like if you touch it, they come off a little bit. So they're not as, like, long lasting. I mean, I can't prove it, but I'm just thinking they're not going to be as long lasting. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and on my face with this L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Illuminating Primer right here. Looks like this. It's like a nude color, or actually it's like a pinky nude. It's kind of like a, yeah, so. Does not smell the best, but primers don't always smell good anyway. Alright, now we're going to go back into the eyes while that sets. I got this Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Micro Eyeliner. This is a micro tip with a fine point and black. And it says that it's waterproof. This is what it looks like right here. So, wow, okay. I'm not ready for this. Alright, so far so good. It's like going on really easily. Yeah. It's gliding over the sparkles pretty easily too. Alright, to me that looks pretty good. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I did clean this one up with a makeup wipe actually. I meant to do that on this side too. Just to give it a little bit more of a straight edge. Okay, so I popped some Vaseline on my lips really quick to get them moisturized. So far, so good. So I'm going to do my foundation now. So for foundation, I got this Maybelline Super Stay Stick Foundation. This is a multi-use foundation stick. It says cream to matte formula and full coverage. So it also comes with a precision blender. Oh. Comes with this precision blender right here. I am going to try this out, but I have my beauty blender right here in case I don't like it. So, mine is in the shade 110 Porcelain. So I'm just going to put this straight on my face, okay? And then flip this around. Okay, yeah, I already do not like this blender. It's pretty much just like moving the product around my face, so it's not like, I mean, I know I'm just, okay, I can pat, but when I pat, it's really not doing anything. So it's just like moving it around. I don't know if you can see it. It's not like blending it in, so I am going to go in with my beauty blender and try this. I'm going to do this side with my beauty blender and this side with a foundation brush, so let me try that. Okay, I'm not loving the beauty blender. I might come back and touch up on that side, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a foundation brush on the side and see how that looks. Okay, I'm finding it really hard to blend out. Like, I'm not feeling like it's becoming one with my skin. Like, I feel like it's just like moving around pretty bad. Alright, not loving it. I'm gonna spray my brush here and see if that helps anything. And it says up to full coverage. I have some zits right here and I can still see them pretty heavily. I'm going to continue to try and cover them up and see what happens. Okay, I'm liking the spray with it. That's making it a little better. Okay, not loving it at all, actually. And I mentioned earlier that I really haven't used a lot of drugstore eyeshadows, but I have used quite a few foundations over the years, because I do buy high-end foundations, but a lot of times if I'm wearing it a lot, I don't want to spend that much money on foundation constantly. So this is kind of disappointing. I was really excited about this foundation stick, but I don't know, I'm just having trouble blending it, and I've got it pretty much blended now, but it doesn't even look full coverage to me. If you look up close, I don't know, I just feel like you can still see a lot of imperfections here. You can see them here. So I don't know, let's go ahead and try out some concealer and then we'll see. For concealer, I got this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Defined Full Coverage Conceal and Contour, is what it says. This is in the shade C1. This is either their lightest shade or next to lightest. I'm guessing since it's 1, it's the lightest, but I can't remember. But yeah, they don't sell this at like Walmart. They might sell it at CVS or somewhere. I'm not sure, but I got this one from Ulta. So I don't know if everybody considers this drugstore, but it's pretty much drugstore prices and in the drugstore section. So okay, it's really like wet feeling. So like as soon as you put it on, it feels really wet, which is not necessarily bad. I think I heard this might be a dupe for Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not sure if I did. I think I've seen that like on Twitter or somewhere. So it has the same like applicator. Put it up here, see if it'll cover these zits I've got that the foundation definitely did not. And I'm going to use my Beauty Blender for this, so just blend that in. Okay, so it's blending pretty easily. So it's not covering up my zits. It did brighten up my under eyes. I don't think it has no coverage, but I don't think it has a ton of coverage. I'm going to add a little bit right here because I got like a zit there. Got to do the other side to make it even. I'm going to add a little bit more under my eyes. I know that like seems like a lot, but I just don't feel like I'm getting the coverage I want. So I'm going to keep working with it. Okay, so I'm really pressing that in there. And it looks pretty good, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Not your full coverage Tarte Shape Tape concealer at all, but a good, cheaper alternative. You know, if you can't afford it or if you just don't want to spend money on it, that's understandable. So it's a good alternative. Yeah, so let's go ahead and set that. I got the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is in 05 Fair / Clear. I'm guessing that, I don't know if that's a different language or what. So it was extremely hard to get off. Left sticky residue, and I still haven't got it all the way off, but we're just gonna go with it. Which that's not even what matters, of course, but just a little aggravating. Okay, still haven't got it open yet. Oh my gosh, it twists. Okay, well, that's just confusing. Who twists square? I was so confused. Alright, so clearly I'm just stupid ragging on the packaging, but I've been like sitting here trying. I knew it was a circle inside the square. Like, I didn't know that. I'm going to take this and just set the under eyes. Alright, so not the most accurate, but I just threw that on there kind of. I'm just going to kind of blend that in. I'm going to get a little bit more powder on my brush. So just blend that out. Honestly, I'm liking it. It feels pretty good. Not too drying. I've said in past videos I have very dry skin. Not too drying. It looks pretty good. I feel like it set my foundation successfully. For the price, I think that would be a good buy. So next I picked up this limited edition Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette. So this is apparently exclusive to Ulta. This is in light medium. That is the only color that they had. Not only, they weren't out of colors, they literally just only had that color on the shelves. Like they had like 8 shelves of this color. Anyway, it's really cute. So it comes with this Butter Paradise perfume, and then it comes with a bronzer, a blush, and 2 highlights. I'm just going to use the bronzer today, and I might use one of the highlights like to highlight my inner corners or something, because I didn't have any in my eyeshadow palette. So I got my contour brush here, and I'm going to go in with this is the Butter Bronzer. So it smells pretty good, kind of like tanning lotion. Not the most even application, but looking pretty good. It's kind of getting a little bit patchy up here for me, but I think if I keep blending it out, it's gonna, yeah, starting to look a little better. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this up here, blend it out. Alright. So, looking pretty good. I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush and blend that out some more. Now for blush, I picked up this Milani one. This is just their powder blush in Tea Rose. I know a lot of people have talked about their baked blushes being really good from the drugstore, but I liked this color better. So it's I think it was like a, I don't know, but it's a flower. So, okay, so I'm going to take my blush brush and dip that in there. Alright, don't love the smell of it. It's got like a stale, it smells like something just stale. Like, I don't really know how to describe that. Just like it has a stale smell. Like dusty. I don't like the smell at all. But, I like the color. It's looking good. So, nice and natural. And then I'm just going to blend that out. So, I would say this is a good choice. Just don't smell it. Some of this stuff is just ridiculously hard for me to get open. So, for highlight, I got this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in Precious Petals. Looks like this. Pretty nice looking. I'm just going to grab this on this little brush like here, right here. Swirl my brush in there, and then okay, I can't really see that. I can a little bit. Okay, keep building it up. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Keep building it up. Not the creamiest or the easiest to put on, but this was like, I think this was like $5, so that's pretty cheap. I think that that's a pretty color, and everything. It's just not the creamiest or best formula, but it looks pretty good on the skin. So you can see it. I'm going to take this little fluffy brush that I used earlier and dip it in this Galactic highlighter from this palette right here. And actually, I'm going to do the Full Moon first and then use this one. So I'm going to take the Full Moon one and put that right above in my brow bone. Alright, now that is a good highlighter, okay? Alright, y'all. Can y'all see that? Okay, so I literally just did like one little swipe, and that would have been good on your face. Really good. So if you're needing a duo, I would recommend this highly. Definitely over the Wet n Wild highlight. This was like about $15. If you buy just the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, it's like $13. So this is a better bang for your buck. Now I'm not sure if there's less of each one, but it takes me a long time to go through a bronzer. So this is the highlighter in Galactic. Yeah. And I have no spray on this, you guys. So that is really good. It's almost too good. Okay. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Haven't tried the blush, but this would be worth the 3 others. The bronzer is pretty good, but these highlighters are amazing. I've never seen them look like this from the drugstore. So I would go with this. Great choice. For mascara, I got this Maybelline Lash Sensational Blackest Black. This is what the brush looks like. Okay, so first coat, not super lengthening, not super volumizing. Okay, so this is really hard to use on your lower lashes. I just did like the first little coat, and it's just really hard to keep it off your skin. I'm getting it all over my skin. But I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat and see if I like it any better on the top. I mean, it's okay, but it's not as good as other drugstore mascaras I've tried. It gets a little bit clumpy, and it's just not as lengthening as I'd like. So, like, my mascara tends to clump in this outer corner, but I just kept brushing through it to try and get it, and it just kept clumping more and more. So I couldn't really get the separation I want in my outer lashes. One thing I forgot to do is a little eyeshadow on the bottom. So I'm going to go back in with this really quick. And I think I'm just going to take this shade right here we used in our crease earlier. Uh-oh. Just lost the little eyeshadow applicator, but don't really use that anyway. The last thing I got is a lip gloss from e.l.f. This is a lip plumping gloss. It says e.l.f. is cruelty free, and this is in the shade Mocha Twist. Just your regular applicator. Okay. Feels pretty nice on the lips. Not super pigmented. I can still see through it, but a lot of times with the gloss you want that, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. My lips are tingling a little bit. Oh, it says plumping gloss, so I did not think about that. Alright, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with this look completely from the drugstore. Nothing that I got, I didn't hate anything, actually. So, I mean, I feel like for drugstore stuff, this turned out, like, super well. So, anyway, guys, I hope that you like this look. I think I might include in the description whether I recommend the product or not, or what I think about it. Anyway, I'll leave that down there with the prices and everything. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and you want to see more, and if you want to be notified for my next video, subscribe and hit the bell. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.